Hey guys, my name is Jack Shu, and today I'll be playing Pokemon Heart Gold using only in-game trades. Throughout the course of this game, there are NPCs you can find that will trade you their Pokemon in exchange for specific Pokemon that you have defined. I'll be using only these Pokemon to beat all 8 gyms, as well as the Elite Four, and to become the champion. With these rules, let's get started. To start the challenge, I made my character and picked Totodile as my starter. I'm only going to use it during the tutorial section, and I'll put it in my box once I've completed my first trade. I chose Totodile so later on I can give him Surf, since none of the traded Pokemon can learn it. Naturally, I named it Surf. Using this little guy, I can quickly finish the tutorial and fight my rival. I named him after one of the hardest parts of this challenge, finding time to play games and doing my thermodynamics homework. Next, I rush through the beginning to the point where I can complete the first trade. This is one of 4 trades we'll have throughout the run, so it's important to get this done as soon as possible. Luckily, we can do this first one before even fighting the first gym. By catching a Bellsprout before entering Violet City, we're able to enter this house and trade it for our first Pokemon, Rocky the Onix. Without trade evolutions, this Onix will be stuck as Onix for the rest of the game, so that means no Steelix for us. After getting Onix, I went to Sprout Tower to start making some progress. Unfortunately for me, Onix kinda sucks. His only redeeming stat is his defense, which will make getting through a lot of these battles pretty difficult. Sprout Tower itself is especially difficult, since each trainer has a Bellsprout which will have a 4 times super effective Vine Whip. After a few tries and a lot of deaths, I made it to the top of the tower and was able to beat the leader. This unlocks the first gym, which will be much easier than Sprout Tower considering all the trainers are flying types. At this point, Onix has learned Rock Throw, meaning we can easily destroy every Pidgey this gym tries to throw at us. This also means we can quickly take down the leader's Pidgeotto and gain our first gym badge. But now, we face our first real problem. Rocky won't obey. Using only traded Pokemon means 2 things for this challenge. First, in the beginning of the game, before I get a lot of badges, my Pokemon won't obey me. This won't be much of a problem later on, but right now it's something I have to deal with. The second thing is much better though. Using a traded Pokemon gives you a boosted amount of experience after each battle. This means I'll get 1.5 XP for every Pokemon I defeat. While this may seem overpowered, considering the leveling curve in these games, there's almost no chance I end up overleveled. What this really means is I'll be able to keep my team at relatively the same level and not end up with 1 Pokemon carrying the entire team. Now that that's covered, let's head towards the second gym. After making my way through the cave, and wiping out to a trainer with 1 Wooper, like I said, Onix is really bad. I made it to Azalea Town, where we can head down into this well to fight Team Rocket. After beating up on all of the grunts, we can fight the leader. At this point, Onix has gotten pretty strong, as long as we're not fighting a Wooper, so we can win this fight no problem. This unlocks the second gym. Getting through the gym puzzle is easy, and since every trainer only has bug types, we can get to the leader pretty quickly. After challenging him, we easily win and get our second badge. Since Onix can't learn Cut, we teach it to Totodile to progress to the next section. This next area unlocks something huge for us. By catching a Drowsy before entering Goldenrod City, we're able to trade it with this kid in the department store. This gives us a Machop, which will be perfect for the third gym, and is our second Pokemon in the run. The fighting type moves that Machop has makes this gym boringly easy, and we get our third badge. Normally, the leader's Miltank is a beast and destroys little kids playing this game for the first time, but Machop makes it easy. Now it's time for everyone's favorite part of Pokemon, gambling. Before moving on, we go into the casino and play some Voltorb Flip to get coins. Earning coins lets you buy a bunch of prizes like moves, items, and even Pokemon. After earning enough coins, I buy a Dratini. This will be important later, but for now, it'll go in the box. With our team of 2, we can head towards the next town. Going through the next route gets Machop to a higher level, and we can fight the Sudowoodo that was blocking our path. Reaching Ecruteak City lets us go into the Burn Tower where Thermo challenges us to another battle. Now that we have Machop, his grass types won't wipe our team in one attack and we can win the battle. Winning this lets us challenge the 4th gym, but we have a problem. This is the Ghost Gym. At this point, Onix knows Headbutt, Rock Throw, Sandstorm, and Screech. Machop knows Karate Chop, Low Kick, Revenge, and Foresight. This means Onix can only use Rock Throw to deal damage, and Machop needs to use Foresight on each Pokemon before attacking. Since the leader has 4 Pokemon, Machop will take way too much damage going this route. Onix is also not strong enough to sweep the team before dying from Shadow Ball. So, what do? While Machop may seem useless, he is actually the key to winning. His current moves may be bad, but not for long. Using the TM for payback, we can teach Machop a super effective Dark type move. This, partnered with Onix lowering the Gengar's defense with Screech, earns us the 4th badge. With this, Machop evolves into Machoke, another Pokemon we can't trade evolve. Moving on to the next town means something big for us, our 3rd Pokemon. Fishing lets us catch a Krabby that we can trade for a Voltorb. Now, we can head across the ocean by teaching Surf to Surf. This lets us reach the next gym. All of the trainers along the way had water types, so Voltorb was already evolved into Electrode before challenging the leader. With the new addition to our team, we beat Chuck and get our 5th gym badge. The story in this section moves pretty quickly and we're already fighting the 6th gym. This is our biggest battle yet. The leader has a Steelix, meaning this is a clash of titans. Who will win? Our Onix that we've trained and battled with for so long? Or her Steelix, the Pokemon we'll never be able to get? The answer? We'll never know, because Electrode killed it with self-destruct. This means we can start making our way towards the 7th gym. This is where the story of the game really starts to build up. Before we can unlock the gym, we have to head to the Lake of Rage. Here, we have to swim out into the water and kill this weird looking Gyarados. After this, we head back into the town, take out some Team Rocket people, and we're ready to go into the 7th gym. Making our way through is pretty quick, and with a self-destruct and a few karate chops, we get our next badge. This unlocks one of my least favorite parts of the game. If we head back to Goldenrod City, Team Rocket has taken over. In order to clear them out and go to the last gym, we have to fight our way up the radio tower. While this is cool in concept, the reason I hate this section is because we have to fight 20 trainers who only have coughing and wheezing. The battles are pretty easy, but it's very repetitive and boring. While I made this section seem pretty short, it probably took around 3 hours in all to beat all of those trainers. But this means I can get the Rainbow Wing and start working my way towards the 8th gym. Going towards the 8th gym, we end up at the Ice Path, which is one of the areas I dread going to the most in this game, even though some of the puzzles are pretty cool, like the Strength puzzle where you have to push the boulders down and make a path to get across the ice. At this point, we can get our 4th and final Pokemon of the run. In order to complete this trade, we need a female Dragonair, which is why I got a female Dratini earlier at the casino. I was hoping maybe I could head into this cave to catch a higher level one, but this area is locked until after beating the 8th gym, which means we'll need to level up our Dratini. Before doing this, I decided to try my luck with the gym leader though, and I realized I had a pretty good shot. With Charge Beam, Electrode could easily take out Gyarados, which just left the last 3 Pokemon from Machoke. And after using Revenge on Dragonair, I took it out in one shot. Then she sent out her Kingdra. After surviving a Hydro Pump and a lucky miss, I was able to take it out, leaving just her Dragonair left. After using a potion, I was able to take it out and get the 8th gym badge. At this point, I completely forgot about the 4th trade and decided to fight the Kimono Girls. I am not joking when I say these were probably the hardest battles in the entire game. I wiped so many times fighting these. Each only have 1 Pokemon, and in total they have all of the evolutions available in this game. This doesn't seem like it would be that difficult, but considering their good type coverage and high level, it was pretty difficult for me to beat through the entire team. Luckily, I found a way through. Umbreon always uses Confuse Ray on the first turn. This means that if Machoke doesn't get hit in Confusion, he can take out Umbreon in one shot, leaving him at full health. This is just enough to survive a Psychic from Espeon and kill it with Payback. Then, Machoke can take out Flareon in one hit. Jolteon is faster and takes out Machoke, but Onix can return the kill with Rock Throw. Now it's no problem for Electrode to pick up the last kill on Vaporeon, ending our endless struggle. I probably should have just trained up Dratini and done the last trade, but I forgot. But now that I've beaten the Kimono Girls, I can reach the top of Bell Tower. This spawns Ho-Oh, which, despite being a legendary, doesn't even get Electrode to full level. Now all that's left to do is challenge the Elite Four and become the champion. At this point, I finally remembered to evolve my Dratini, and after biking for what felt like hours, it was finally a high enough level. Actually, it was a few levels too high, but you can't blame me for thinking this 30 looks like a 35. With this, I was able to trade it for our final Pokemon, a Dodrio. The last hurdle before reaching the Elite Four is making it through Victory Road, which in this game is a joke. The only trainer battle in here is our rival battle at the very end, and our new Dodrio has no problem taking down his entire team. Now it's time for the Elite Four. Before I start, I sell off some useless items to get money for heals, and I enter the arena. The first battle is Will. He starts off with Xatu, so I can use Charge Beam to start powering up my Electrode. This lets me take it out, as well as Jinx. Next, Dodrio is able to take out Exeggutor using Fly, and can weaken Slowbro, allowing Machoke to take it out with Payback. The next fight is Koga, who's pretty simple to take out. 2 flies take out his Ariados and Fortress, Machoke's able to take out Venomoth using Strength, and Electrode is able to take out Crobat using Charge Beam. This leaves Muck, which is incredibly bulky. If I take too long to whittle it down, it'll heal back up using its item, and dodge all of my attacks using Minimize. My only option? Self-destruct. Bruno is next, and is the easiest fight yet. Dodrio can kill most things with Fly, so the only real challenge is Machamp. Normally Dodrio could easily handle it using Fly, but Machamp knows Rock Slide, meaning it can kill me before my attack lands. Machamp is also stronger than all of my Pokemon, meaning I can't just attack and hope for the best. So, I use Self-Destruct. Are you sensing a pattern? The next stop is Karen. Machoke is pretty well suited to deal with her team of Dark types, and makes this battle pretty straightforward. I try to use Onix against Houndoom, but it still seems like the real challenge of this run is having to carry this Onix around with us. This means the only battle left is the champion. He has 3 Dragonites, so this is going to be tough. He leads with Gyarados, which is easy for Electrode. Machoke gets the first Dragonite low, making it switch into Charizard, and Electrode can then take this out, along with Dragonite when it switches back in. This makes him send in another Dragonite, and I'm confident Electrode can deal with it. Wait, why are we back in the casino? This is where I realized I made a huge mistake. Earlier in the run when I was farming coins to buy Dratini, I set save states so that I wouldn't have to play the game over and over again and I could get through that part pretty quickly. But when I was fighting the champion, I accidentally pressed my load save state button. This of course loaded me back into the casino. Since this was the only time I used save states at all, I couldn't load any point past the casino. I hoped reopening the game would fix it, but instead I was only in the second town. I searched for solutions, but my save was gone. So I sat here, and I took some time to think, and I realized this means one thing. It is impossible to beat Pokemon Heart Gold using only traded Pokemon. You can't do it. You just can't. With that being said, it was a lot of fun recording and learning how to edit this video. I also stream a bit on Twitch where I play some games. If you like this video, it would mean a lot if you could subscribe and give me some feedback so I can make better videos in the future. Thank you.